All right, today we're going to take a look at some of the oaks that we see on the Forestry Field Day and Georgia Identification List. The first one we're going to talk about is right here. We have the chestnut oak, named Quercus prinus for the scientific name. When you look at the chestnut oak, you're going to have 10 to 15 rounded lobes on the leaf edge. Okay, the leaf itself is going to be anywhere from 4 to 9 inches long, just depending on sun and shade requirements. A lot of the times you'll see a lot larger leaves than this for the chestnut oak. But when you're looking at the acorn, you can see there's a really large acorn on here. Of course, deer tend to like this along with the white oak, but the leaf itself is going to have a dark green top with a lighter green top. It is going to be a little bit glossy on the top of this. So that's the chestnut oak right there. All right, acorns are going to be egg-shaped. All right, so let's look next at the live oak. All right, scientific name for the live oak is Quercus virginiana. Okay, the live oak is going to be very dark green on top. It is going to be what they call tomentose underneath, or hairy, okay? But dark green on top and that lighter on the bottom. Another significant feature of the live oak leaf is it has a rolled leaf margin, so the edge is actually curled under. So if I were to flip this over, you would be able to hold, say, water in this leaf, okay? This tree typically grows really well in South Georgia. Not so much in North Georgia, but you'll see it in South Georgia with the Spanish moss and things like that hanging down from it. Okay. Occasionally toothed, but most of the time the leaf margins are smooth, and it also is evergreen, so it keeps its leaves year-round. Okay. Up next is going to be the post oak. All right. As we look at the post oak, the scientific name is Quercus stellata. Okay. The big feature of the post oak in identification is that it has what is called cruciform lobes. So the lobes are shaped like a crucifix or a cross. Okay, so you can see it there. When you look underneath, the leaf of the post oak is also tomentose underneath, so it's a little bit hairy. This is a very rough leaf, not glossy at all. Okay, but you can see those 3 large lobes on the post oak that differentiate Quercus stellata from other trees. Okay, so deeply divided, and they have a somewhat leathery look on the above or the top side of the leaf. Up next we have southern red oak, a very popular seen tree in Georgia. Okay, when we look at southern red oak, the scientific name is Quercus stellata, or Quercus falcata, excuse me. All right, meaning shaped like a falcon's talon is how you can teach others the identification characteristics. But you can see the falcon's talon here as it's kind of hooked like the talon of any kind of bird of prey. But since it's Quercus falcata, we'll say a falcon's talon. The other distinct identification characteristic to this is when you look at the leaves, they'll have this really nice bell-shaped base or U-shaped base, so southern bell, okay? And you can see that on this leaf right here. Dark green on the top of the leaf, okay, with a little bit lighter side on the underside of the leaf. Okay, it's going to have that long, again, long, thin, curving, falcate-shaped tip. Other people also denote it from the bristled tips on the very edge, which will help you distinguish this red oak from some of the others. Acorns are very small on this, and again, it's in the red oak family. Last but not least, we have white oak, which is Quercus alba. Alba, the Latin root for white. Okay, so Quercus alba. When you look at the white oak, you can see these rounded lobes. So rounded finger-like lobes on each one. anywhere from 5 to 7 lobes. You can see the leaf itself is 5 to 7 inches long. And of course they'll vary, but they get average size is what you're looking at right here. Dark green on top, a little bit of a lighter green, not palish like the other one on the bottom. Okay, white oak acorns are loved by wildlife such as deer, and help them get through some of the fall seasons. So we've seen some oaks here. We've seen some that are in the white oak family, which is white oak. The chestnut oak is actually in the white oak family, as well as the post oak is in the white oak family. These oaks that are in the white oak family, the acorns will grow and mature on the current year's growth, meaning that it only takes those acorns 1 year to grow and mature. Whereas something like oaks within the red oak family, like southern red oak here, it's going to take them 2 years to grow and mature. So they are going to be on last year's growth. So that's another interesting feature about some of these oaks that we've learned about in this set.